All right, we just started recording here. We had a little about a 5 minute snafu. Couldn't figure out the audio. I think I just wasn't connected. But um, yeah, you mentioned the water bags. We got guys slinging water bags around. That's what we do now. So
Help with that balance, that core strength.
yeah, correct, man. Create a little
Did,
instability. It's good for you.
did you see that thing I sent you about the guy throwing the football in the off season?
Yeah, yeah. You've been sending me like some random guy on Instagram. I don't even
Because what was the other one?
Chips
Well,
performance, I think.
yeah, what was the other one? He was like telling catchers how to talk to the umpire or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're gonna start Lakes Baseball Academy instead of just Lakes Hockey Academy. You're
Hey,
gonna you're gonna
you
you're gonna
you know a
coach
guy
it.
for that. Yeah, sign
You're
me up.
literally gonna coach it. I'm gonna stand there and take BP, and you're gonna coach it.
Sign me up, man. Let's do it. You got the facility for it?
I could build a mound in the back of Mac Daddy's yard. We could be like 4 miles, just people chucking balls everywhere. It'd be sick.
Well, good to talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
But
It's been a while between my appearances, so I figured I didn't do well the first time.
well, you're the first third time guest now. You were the first second time guest, and now you're the first third time guest as well. So all reliable, you know?
Just bring them in, bring in the closer.
Yeah. Couple things. I gotta just air out my grievances about Kansas basketball. They're up by 6 with like 18 seconds last night in overtime. They lost at home. So
Yeah, tell me more. What's this? You were in the locker room, like what's like
yeah.
a week ago.
Well, yeah, we Amanda's parents got us tickets to the Kansas Cincinnati game, and then we just kind of hung around after the game, and like they were just letting people down in the into the tunnel afterwards. So um,
Jeez,
I guess yeah, we waited just long enough. Got to see the goat himself.
patience is a virtue.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
sick. No, that's sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Jane
And
had a good comment on one of your photos. What did she say? Just she was like,
something
"Does Bill
about
Self know he's with the goat or something?"
does he know how lucky he is? I was like,
Oh,
yeah, that's great. We won 15 games last year, so I
hey,
don't know. Also, check out this mug here. We got Wolves and we got Minnesota right there.
wow.
Isn't
You got
that
some.
sweet?
Look at mine, Moose.
You got a moose. I'm wearing my moose socks. Look at this.
That's just respect.
If you're
Those look
listening,
warm.
you can't see this, but if you go on YouTube, you can see the socks too. We got we got the moose socks and a moose mug as well. That's awesome.
Oh,
Well, let's get into it, man.
all right.
You doing all right? You got a house or an apartment there? What are you? It looks like you're in a mansion.
House, not a
Yeah.
mansion.
Look at that. You got
Gosh,
decor hanging from the ceiling, brother.
yeah, that's a chandelier, but that's the real deal. I got a house, 4 bedrooms, nice little backyard, turf backyard. Great for the dog. We got a little dog door on the slider, so she's in and out all day. So a little better living for her than in Calgary. So we're enjoying
Yeah.
Las Vegas. It's nice. No
Better
snow.
better weather. What's the temperature down there right now?
It's probably 65, 60.
Jeez.
It gets
Out in
cold
the
at night
desert.
when the sun goes behind the mountains. It gets cold, but so nice during the day, every day.
Yeah.
Just sunny and beautiful.
That's my kind of climate, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think I've made the decision that when I'm done playing, I'll probably go home in Minnesota until Christmas, and then as soon as Christmas is over, I'm gone. I'm going somewhere warm. I'm out of there.
Yeah. Good plan. We had our first I've been here for almost 3 years now. This is our first winter where we got below zero temps and we got like a couple big snowstorms, so it kind of feels a little more normal. Like in the
Yeah,
past, we had maybe a couple inches of snow and it'd be gone in a day or two, but more of an actual winter now. So, but we open up in 27 days, so hoping for
excited.
warmer weather. And yeah, yeah, we when we were in college, I don't know, I never had more than 4 or 5 weeks off, but our guys had like 6.5 weeks. They've been gone since like December 13th, so it's
That's
been a while.
like for Christmas break. They were gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I
classes
I
start
never even
tomorrow.
got one of those because I was playing.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a different story. I
That that
uh
baseball life's easy. Jeez.
yeah. And Amanda and I actually we went down to Oxford and saw Bowling Green playing at Miami basketball last week. So
How'd the Falcons do?
yeah, they lost. They're good. I think they're decent. They're not. I mean, they're not gonna make tournament, but they can make it. They could
A
make a
few years
run.
ago, they were good. They were like, I think they just missed the tournament or got into the tournament, or I don't know. They were good. They had a good year.
Yeah,
Or maybe they got in and they got pumped right away, but good for BG, you
and
know.
they're fun to watch. They shoot a bunch of threes, and yeah. How's the? Do you know how
Everyone
they're?
now shoots threes, huh? That's all everyone does.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know how their hockey team's doing? You keep up with those guys at all?
Yeah, they're actually they lost a tough one Friday, but they bounced back and I think they won yesterday. They had like a 5 game win streak going or 6 game win streak. They're buzzing. So they're doing
Nice.
better. They got a new coach. This college rule about these major junior CHL kids that can come play college now, and that's going to change the landscape for sure.
Well, how does that work then? Explain
So,
that.
like, you know how I played like junior,
Yeah.
but I didn't get paid to play, so I didn't. And then there was like another league, it's called the CHL, where it's like the WHL, the Western Hockey League, the Ontario Hockey League, and then the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So like McDavid, McKinnon, Bedard, like Crosby, like those guys played. It would be called Major Junior. I mean, they're not making a bunch of money, but they got paid to play, so you kind of lose your college eligibility. And they've reversed that now, where like you can go play Major Junior, and then you can go to college because everyone in college is getting paid. So it's basically like an NIL deal when you're younger or whatever.
Well, I
And
suppose with the yeah, it makes sense now with the way.
so it was before like you'd play 16 to 20, and as soon as you were 20, you had to turn pro. And now you could go to major junior and you could play 16 to 20. And if you're not ready, you can go play college for a year instead of like grinding out in the East Coast League or the American League. And it's
Well,
going to be interesting. So like a lot of guys are like committing that are CHL players. And
that they've been getting paid.
yeah, I mean, they haven't been getting paid a lot, but like some of these guys now that are getting offered to come play like at these big schools like Michigan and Penn State and Boston and all that, these kids are getting asked. I mean, it's not like football and basketball and those types of things, but they're getting paid to play, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, what the whole thing like the NCAA used to be about like amateurism and you know the
Man,
sanctity of that. It's like it's been gone for a while, but now it's like legal.
I just like,
So,
I remember when I was at school, it was like something crazy. Somebody gave you a cookie,
hmm.
like, and all of a sudden everybody on the team had to get off the bus until you gave the cookie back or like you paid. It's like, what are we doing now? It's just like free for all,
Yeah,
which, whatever,
we call
whatever.
those impermissible benefits. You can't be
Yeah.
taking cookies from the NC2A.
Honestly, I just want a reimbursement check from having to listen to those compliance meetings every single year. Like, good God.
Oh
That's what I want. I
man.
want the NCAA to write
Yeah.
me a check for like $120 for me having to sit through those. Then I'm good with it.
Yeah. That's a few hours of your life you'll never get back.
Oh boy, just painful. Just painful.
Well, I don't want to go any further. I don't want to get myself in trouble here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You're still tied. I'm gone.
yeah, you're you're out of there.
Yeah.
Well,
Tough.
I mean, new team, first year in Vegas with the Silver Knights.
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell us a little bit about the experience there?
Um, Playing here on the road, obviously. When I was in Calgary, we'd come down here and play, and obviously one of your favorite trips. First off, great rink, great building, and then just like their fans, they always have like really good building. Can you hear these dogs fighting?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, enough. And so I was like really excited to get here, and obviously the weather's great, and um, so get down here, and then you kind of realize that like you're not on the strip every day, you're not doing that, and So you kind of just like get to live, I would say, more of a normal life versus just like that crazy atmosphere down there all the time. But I
Mhm.
mean, that option's available to you. And then I'm amazed, like first class, how everything's ran here, like during NHL camp and like the facilities. And you can tell like winning's important here, you know? We have like the same kind of setup as the NHL guys, just out in Henderson. They kind of built it like a smaller scaled, identical version of it. So really fortunate. Great group of dudes. Struggled at the start. We had a lot of injuries, a lot of new guys. We're young, but we're finding our way here. We just 5 game win streak right now, so we're
Yeah.
finding our way. You know,
Yeah, I saw
got to
that.
just got to build on it. Keep building.
Yeah, and I mean, following on social media, I think they're a little more professional than a lot of minor league teams.
Yeah,
Regardless of sport too, I think they do think like the way they, I don't know what the word is, but the way they kind of portray themselves
yeah.
online too is good.
It's
Which
uh,
maybe you
it's
don't see as much of that, but
it's uh, it's pretty first class here, man. It's pretty cool. Really cool.
yeah. I was talking to Riley earlier, because we were playing Fortnite and you wouldn't get online with us, but uh but he was saying that he and Jackson they just bought their plane tickets. So they're
Yeah,
coming out to see you, which is good.
yeah. It'll be cool. We'll have a full house that week. A couple other softball guys are coming at the same time, so
Yeah.
it's a little more of a destination for people to come visit than Calgary was. A little easier
Yeah,
to
no
get
kidding.
to. Little easier to come to Vegas for people and whatever.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of why I got the house too versus an apartment, so like people could stay here, and so I wasn't chasing buddies down on the strip to see them. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
No, it's
you
good.
how far like from the city are you?
20 minutes. I think
Okay.
like honestly, everywhere here is like if you get on a freeway, you're 20 minutes from everywhere. So it's not too bad.
But it's not like a big city, so you're not jammed up dealing
Right.
with a bunch of people all the time either.
No.
So,
Like and
yeah.
then I don't really know like the situation, but I don't really see anyone in my neighborhood too. Like I live in a nice neighborhood, but it's really quiet. I don't really ever see
Mhm.
anyone. So
Nice.
yeah, no, it's good. We like it here. Excited. Hopefully we keep winning and kind of building and so
Yeah, you guys are about not quite halfway through the season, or are you?
yeah, probably right at halfway. Yeah,
Okay.
probably right at halfway.
Well, good
So
time to get hot, I guess.
yeah, we need to. We didn't do ourselves any favors. So yeah, we need to get hot. It'll be a good way to end it. Get hot and hopefully play good all the way through it. And if we get in, we get in. If we don't, we don't. And lesson learned, and hopefully build on that for next year. That winning type of culture, I guess.
Yeah, so now this is your what are you, sixth year in the AHL?
I don't know. I read an article the other day. I think it's my seventh full year.
Seventh? Seventh?
I know how crazy is
Time
that?
flies. Just like
Because
yesterday, we were at Wells Fargo Arena
literally,
and we
man,
won.
I was thinking about that. Just like because I was probably there the last 20 games for Iowa with when I came
That
from
first year.
school.
Yeah,
Man, that was so important for me to have you. Oh, that was a that was huge.
same.
That was huge, man. Because
Crazy
like,
how things work out, huh?
oh,
It's
that was like
unbelievable.
right place, right time for me.
Yeah.
So because I like when you go to a new team from college, those guys had the whole year together and they're like professionals, and you're kind of the new guy coming in, like taking a
Yeah.
job by default, and it's like they're nice to you, but like you're not in the group kind of. And so it was nice to
Yeah.
like have you to get me out of that hotel too, and just live a normal life and have fun. And
It was a nice hotel for what it's worth. I mean,
yeah,
it was a good story. It's not
well,
like you were in
yeah,
some Super 8,
no,
you know.
no, that's true, that's true. But
Well,
no, it's good.
so now that you're in a different position then, so like the difference between being the new guy that I mean not even being there the whole year, not just being a rookie, but like not even being there, and now you're seventh year and again a new organization, but you kind of know how to um, I guess not command the attention of the locker room, but you know how to be kind of the older presence, I guess, or the veteran presence. What's
Well,
the difference like?
that's another tough reality check that this year I'm the oldest guy on the team, so
Holy cow!
I don't feel old. I don't necessarily think I act old as far as like I need to go to bed and I can't hang out with my buddies. Like I don't have that in me yet.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's different. You can tell just like the way you got to go about things, but also like when you get older, you kind of learn like not shortcuts, but you learn what you need to do versus trying to do everything at 1,000 miles an hour or do this, this, and this, and this. And you kind of understand like the process of all of it's going to have its ups and downs, and you kind of just stay consistent. That's something I've really enjoyed, kind of that leadership role as far as like being on teams and kind of finding like where my pocket is in groups. Um, and I really like helping the young guys, especially guys that kind of had a similar situation to me. It's a lot of fun, you know. So getting older, getting older.
The thing that I've been saying now, because our birthdays are like 7 days apart, I think, right? In December,
Yeah,
you're the
yeah,
8th or ninth?
yeah. I'm the ninth. I'm the ninth.
9th. Yeah. So my thing now is like I'm in my fourth decade of life, you know.
That's good. That's a good way
Yeah,
to look at
people think I'm wiser now because of that.
it.
So it's better
you
than saying
we
I'm 31.
you are wise. If they could have saw us though, last summer on the 4th of July, we were in our 20s again, man. We were flying.
Unbelievable.
The vibes were so high. It was so fun. That was great. We got the group back together a little bit,
Yeah.
and that was a lot of
Only
fun.
uh only about 6 months and a week from now we can do it again.
Yeah, I hope so. I was talking to Jimmy Geezy. I was getting him going that we got to do that again. So get the group back
Yeah,
together.
100%. Yeah.
Good.
Well, now I completely lost track, but uh I was gonna ask you for your NFL playoff picks. The first game is, let me check the score here. We got well, the Eagles are beating the Commanders 41-23. So I had the
I,
Commanders in that game.
you had the
Lost.
Commanders winning.
I mean, I thought they're hot, man. They scored 45 points against the Lions, you know? I mean,
Man,
why not?
I just have thought the Eagles are just so good. I just feel like they play heavy football on both sides. It's just heavy football.
Yeah, they're I mean, you
And
know,
their running
it's just
back is like the man.
yeah.
Saquon's the man. Holy.
Yeah. Well, I watched a little bit last week where they were playing that snow game and it's like their last possession in the fourth quarter he just busted like a 78-yard run.
Dude, it's just like with
Game on the
ease.
line. Yeah, and it was like, oh, it seems like that was supposed to happen.
That was like the weird exchange. Like they were him and who is it? Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Hmm.
They were like talking in the backfield, and Saquon's like, "No, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball." He's like, "Snap it." He like saw that he was gonna bust it. That's like,
Yeah.
holy. No, he's on a different level. I think they just play heavy football, kind of like I thought the
Hmm.
Lions did. But see you, Lions.
I mean, they had a lot of injuries too down the stretch, I think, on the defensive side, which it's tough when you have like, and everybody loves Dan Campbell too, so nobody
Yeah,
really wants to see him lose, but
no, yeah, he'd be a sweet guy to play for. It seems like.
yeah, yeah. What about we got the Bills and Chiefs coming up here. I think kickoff is in a little bit here, about 30 minutes. What you got
Well,
there?
I hope I hope Josh Allen can get it done. I'm riding Bills Mafia. Um, the Chiefs are so good, man. They just like
Yeah,
they keep it close. They don't hurt themselves, and they know they can win it if they have to. Like
yeah.
they put drives together. It's insane.
I was thinking the same thing. I was talking about this with Riley. Like it's just the Chiefs are at home, especially, are probably just going to find a way to win. You know,
Yeah,
even
they
if they're not the
just
better team. They,
they're like even if Josh Allen goes out there and snaps it around and they're down like 13-3, like there's
yeah,
Mahomes. He can literally they can just score when they need to, but other than that, they just kind of like chip away. And Andy Reid's
yeah.
sweet too. He's obviously a great coach because
Makes
wow,
great commercials as well.
yeah,
Like,
he's
I
funny.
mean,
He's funny.
unbelievable. And
I don't
that's why
know.
like I'm excited for the Super Bowl commercials because you gotta top some good ones that are already out there right now. You got
Yeah,
the
no, they do a good job. And I'm like not a big like, oh, the Chiefs get all the calls, like blah blah blah. I'm like not a
yeah,
big like
no.
good players in every sport get calls.
Hmm.
That's just the way it works. Like it happens. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
they win.
yeah.
They just win. I wish I would have known they weren't going to cover any spreads the whole year. bet on that like the whole time. But
Not many overs either. The point totals have
yeah,
been pretty low,
yeah, they didn't like score over 30 like the whole year or something, right?
which
The
makes
30
me
points.
think that, yeah, that makes me think like this is going to be the year that they don't win it because they just haven't been putting up the offensive numbers. But I'm
I would
sure
love to
they'll
see
do it.
Josh Allen get there, and then
Dude,
Bills
yeah,
Bills Mafia, man, they'd fly. They'd be
you
great in the
have
Super
to.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Philly Bills Super Bowl would be rowdy.
it would be electric.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
rowdy. There'd be some
Bills are
crazy
built.
fans.
They're building a new stadium in Buffalo too. It's
Yeah,
like
I actually
a
didn't know
lot of
that
money.
until the game last week. I saw the aerial
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, what the heck?
yeah,
So
gonna be pretty cool, I think. Well, all right, I got a few things here. When we talked about doing this, planned it about 24 hours in advance, as I like to do things. So, um, I have some quotes and some things that I got from like these email subscriptions that I get every week, and one of them is the 321 Thursdays by James Clear. You get like three ideas, two quotes, and one question. So I have some quotes from that.
nice,
I'm just gonna read them, and then we can talk about them if you want. Sound
perfect.
cool?
Yeah,
Okay, the first one. So the first one, and this is why I want to do this with you because like you've been in professional sports for going on 7 years, and I think there's a lot of a lot of good things you can take from being in a sport and especially at the professional level, but um, kind of applying it to life outside of that too. So uh, the first one is people who rarely receive criticism often take feedback too personally and miss opportunities to learn. People who frequently receive criticism get used to ignoring what others say and also miss opportunities to learn. The thing to focus on is the pattern. If you hear something once, don't let it wreck your mindset. There are many ways to view the world, and not everyone will agree with your approach. But if you're hearing something repeatedly, think carefully about whether the feedback is right. So, um, you go first. You go first on like when maybe you were being evaluated and you didn't like what people had to say about you, or like using it in a way that helps you grow. Like,
yeah.
go.
Um, I think there's so many layers to that because everyone's so different, right?
Mhm.
And you respond to different approaches or different ways of teaching from other people, or and I think just human nature instantly is like when someone points something out that either you're passionate about or you like take seriously, like you're kind of defensive, right? You know, the one thing I think that helps, especially like athletes, and I think young athletes can learn that, is like being able to learn from each other. So if you're like watching video or we're going through a drill in practice or something, and the coach calls out Mitch McLain because Mitch, you didn't do this, 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 this. Like it's not the coach just coaching Mitch. It would be like the coach is coaching everyone, but Mitch just happens. This is the example, so it's not
Yeah.
personal. And I think like that's a big lesson to learn in sports and probably like in business, in the business world. Not that I'm like in the business world necessarily, but I would imagine that like it's not
Hmm.
personal, you
Hmm.
know. Obviously, there's going to be cases where like, okay, this seems personal, but at the end of the day, like as soon as you're off the court, off the rink, off the playing field, like we're here to do a job, we're here to learn, we're here to get better. You might not like the way the message is delivered or whatever, but like it's not personal. I think that's like the biggest
Yeah.
thing I've learned. Um, and then just like you have to be able to accept coaching because there's so many different like ways of seeing the game and things like that. And like you might not like what's being said to you or you might disagree, but like if you take a step back at some point or like that situation arises again, it's like, okay, I could see where they were coming from there. It's
Yeah.
hard though, especially heat of the moment in like a competitive atmosphere. Emotions are high and like everyone wants kind of that same objective and things happen fast. So I just I think you just got to learn that it's not personal. That's probably